it's Laurie from Cook Scrapcraft. Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a Scraplift, and it's a part of a new process series that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to try to do it every month, once a week, where I take inspiration from Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine. I figured I was already going to be doing it, so I thought I would just kind of package it up as its own little thing. So hopefully every Thursday I will have a different layout, and I will show you how I have taken inspiration from that magazine. And if you don't know what that magazine is, it is a print publication, but you can also go to their website, and I think they have back issues that you can look at online. But it's available to purchase. You can either get a subscription, or you can also purchase just one-off whenever it comes out. It's seasonally at scrapbook.com. And that's how I usually get them. Sometimes you get the issue for free with your purchase. And so that's a great kind of freebie to be on the lookout for when you're ordering from scrapbook.com. So this is a sketch from the spring issue. And I'm pretty sure that I scraplifted it before. And I think I did it in a pretty exact way. So this one's going to be a little bit different, but when I saw it still out on my desk, the magazine was on my desk, I immediately thought of these photos that I had. So I have two photos of my daughter that are about, how would I cut them? 3.5 by 5, I think. And then I have two smaller photos that are 2 by 3, and they're all from the same sort of photo shoot, I guess you could say. My daughter was wearing this really cute cherry shirt, and she wanted me to take some pictures of her. So I did 2 in the bigger size and then printed out 2 in the smaller size on my Canon IV mini photo printer. If you want to know where to get photos printed in 3.5 by 5, obviously you can do that yourself on your own home printer, or you can have Persnickety Prints print them out. And they do prints in a variety of different sizes, which has been really helpful for me, because I can get different sizes of my photos and I don't have to worry about trying to do it at home and wasting my own printer ink and all that good stuff. So the original sketch had 2 photos, and it was a page map sketch. So the photos were supposed to be 3.5 by 3.5. Obviously, I didn't do that. I did consider trying to trim the photos down a little bit, but because one of them, my daughter was so close in it, I call that her cousin it photo with the hair all in her face, I just wasn't able to cut that down, or I would have cut off part of her, and I didn't want to do that. So instead, I left the photos the size that they were. I backed them with some patterned orange paper, kind of looks like a piece of loose leaf paper, and it was from my scrapbook stash, my little my scrap drawer, and I pulled a 4 by 4 or 6 by 6? Now I can't remember, but it's an old, also from my scrap drawer, an SCI paper pad, and it was like the pattern was white and orange. You can't really tell in the video, but I backed the 2 smaller photos with that. So the color scheme here is being taken inspiration from the pattern paper in the background, and that is part of the August Best of Both Worlds kit from Chamel. And then I layered it on top with solid yellow cardstock from my scrap drawer. And I got that green pattern paper also from my scrap drawer, and I cut it to be the banner, just like there's a banner in the original sketch. All right, so kind of doing things a little bit backwards here. So the original sketch has the larger piece of paper on the right-hand side. My larger piece of paper, which is the yellow, is on the left-hand side of my page. And then the banner is supposed to go at the end of those 2 photos, and there are only those 2 photos. And if I was only using those 2 photos, I would have moved the banner over just a little bit or played around a little bit more with the placement, but I didn't want the banner. I wanted the banner to not be covered up by those small photos. So adding the small photos made me have to think a little bit harder about placement of everything. But I ended up liking how it kind of goes over that line there between the 2 papers in the background, and then the smaller photos I popped up on foam dots just to give some extra dimension to the whole layout. So the things that I'm pulling up there are handmade embellishments that I made as part of a Scrapbook Generation crop a couple months ago. And it's a great way to use up some scraps, making your own embellishments. I just haven't found any place, any layout where they really fit that well yet. And so I have it out on my desk so that I can always go to it and say, okay, what do I have in here? What can be used? And nothing really fit for this layout, but that's okay. I don't know if you guys like to make your own embellishments for scrapbook pages or cards. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you do. Like I said, I think it's a great way to use up some scraps and some leftover bits if you're working with a kit or a collection. Just make a few small embellishments, tags, what have you. I always start off making cards first with my leftovers, and then I will do, maybe punch out some circles of the pattern papers or make more specific embellishments. So going along with what was in the sketch, there were some small, I assume it was supposed to be for the journaling, but they were small paper strips. And so I decided instead of doing that for my journaling, I was going to take these little phrase stickers that are a mishmash of some Chamel and Studio Tektoric, and I think I think it's all Studio Tektoric and Chamel. I'm just going to use those as my thin paper strips instead of doing it like the journaling. And I do have it, I like the way it goes on top of the smaller photos and then carries on down below them. And it's still kind of similar to the original sketch. They're going over the banner, which happens in the original sketch too. But again, everything is not the same. So that's one of the things I love about sketches, that you can just make them your own and they don't have to be exact. But you just take what inspiration you want and make it all work. So again, from the August Chamel Best of Both Worlds kit, those are the Paige Evans Wonders 3-dimensional stickers. And I've had those before and I really liked them. They're really fun and they go really well with a lot of different things. And then adding to that from the August Chamel Best of Both Worlds kit are those fun doodlebug stickers with the rainbows and the clouds. And I really liked how the blue on the clouds kind of went with the blue that's in the pattern paper there, even though, pink doodle. I think the pattern paper might be a Bella Boulevard. Now I can't remember, but I don't think they're from the same manufacturer. But stuff, you can mix manufacturers, you can mix collections, because as long as you have colors that are sort of similar, it's all gonna go. Don't feel like you have to keep everything together. You can do different things, and you can mix. You can mix patterns. You can mix colors. It's okay. Now I'm mixing in some old American Craft stickers that I think were part of a Christmas collection, or they're part of their Christmas collection last year. But I don't think they look very Christmassy aside from being green, so I like to use them just whatever. And the title of this is going to be Cherry Bomb, because she's got cherries on her shirt. And of course, I struggled to find the right alpha letters where I could spell the word bomb. I did have a couple extra on this Bella Boulevard alpha sticker sheet, which I love. I think those are the Florence alphas. I had them in orange and black, and I should really get them in like every other color if they're still available, because I just love the way that the letters look. You get a lot of letters, and then they also have like hearts and other little symbols on there that you can use as fun little accents or make them their own embellishments. So I did add a little exclamation point there because I had some extra ones, so why not use them up? And this is almost coming to a close. Like I said, this is inspiration from the Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine, and this is going to be a new process video series every Thursday here on the blog. So if you want to get notified for when these new videos go up, you should definitely click that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on all those process videos. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. It's been a real treat to get to gain new subscribers, gain new followers, and meet some new scrappy people in the world of the internet. Also, I'm on social media, so all of those links are going to be there below. I'd love to connect with you guys there too. So yeah, like I said, this is pretty much coming to a close. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put some of these extra embellishments. And again, like the embellishments, not exact placement as in the original sketch, and that's okay. You could do exactly the same thing that the sketch showed, or you can just work with what you have and see what looks best based on where you're putting things. That's kind of what I'm doing. So I'm still trying to kind of keep a little diagonal there going from top to bottom with the embellishment. So I've got a little rainbow up at the top by that big Paige Evans thing, and then kind of going down on the diagonal, I added a few extra pieces, the little cloud and some other little bits right down below it. I think it's another phrase word just because it kind of keeps it on the diagonal. And then I'm going to put my journaling right there. I use Zig pens, Zig Writer pens for my journaling, and I really, really enjoy them. You can get them in all sorts of different colors, and they're really not that expensive. I've seen them at Michael's before, and those are my choices. So here you can kind of see a comparison between what the original layout looked like and what my layout looked like. And that's about it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this. this. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you guys next time for another process video. Bye!